So what's up, guys? Hexworks has a content package coming out that is gonna get me back on the game.
Thought I was out. They pulled me back in.
They've announced the season of Revelry with new quests, armors, spells, weapons, as well as snowball fights. Did I read that right? Snowball fights. Okay. But this is the part of Hexworks plans that I do appreciate. It's more like an MMO live service game, and I'd like to see that in more Souls-like games because I like to have new content coming around the bend without having to wait for a full-on DLC. Then again, I do like the fully cooked up high-quality stuff like you get from Software. But this season's content is probably going to pull me back in. Last season's I really didn't give a damn. The buckets, radiant spell with the helmet, all that stuff, it seemed just pretty cheesy to me. It wasn't enough to pull me back in, especially with all the issues the game was having. But it looks like there's a ton more stuff now, and it's enough content that I'm going to overlook things because content is king when it comes to this live service approach. So I'm going to see what's up. It looks like it's going to be fun. So let me get into the details of what's coming out. So let's start with what's out now. The Offerings of Aureus. New spells, 6 in fact, including Devastating Immolation, Radiant Shield Throw, and Holy Arrow Shot, further expanding the already wide range of magic-based attacks in their words. New projectiles. Players now have 3 new projectiles at their disposal, including Blood Vomit, Explosive Mines, and Frost Worms, with which to dispatch foes from afar. I think the Frost Worms are like the ones that the Mendacious Visage has. That's pretty cool. Like, those are devastating on the player side when you're facing that boss. It's like the only threat that he really has. So I like to see that. That's going to be fun to play with. And then new boss weapon abilities. Because of the positive feedback and reaction to the introduction of boss weapon abilities in the earlier update, players can now unlock uniquely powerful abilities for all boss weapons, including an eruption of bouncing flames with the Abbess's Greatsword and a torrent of burning blades with the Father of Misery's Great Hammer, once certain secret tasks have been performed. I think that's pretty cool, unlocking the special abilities with a quest or with a task instead of just having them innately with the boss weapons that you get. That's, pretty cool, but it can be annoying too because, you get the boss weapon, you want to use it. But having those special abilities attached to all boss weapons is a boon for the game because it didn't make sense just to have Light Reaper and Pietas. It makes more sense that all of them have the same special attacks that the bosses themselves do because that's what makes the game fun. And the last of what's currently available are the seasonal decorations. The vestiges of Mornstead have been humbly adorned with festive decorations in celebration of the season of Revelry. And here's what's coming December 21st, the Trial of the Three Spirits. Trial of the Three Spirits, 3 new quest lines, 3 new armor sets, 3 new weapons, each representing one of the 3 gods, Aureus' Radiance, Adir's Rogars, and the mysterious Umbral. Players will need to overcome some arduous ordeals to reap such rewards. Why would they write it like that? That's hard to say. In-game character appearance reset. A highly requested community feature. Players will be able to change their character's name, body shape, and gender, skin tone, hair color, and other physical attributes once they completed a new quest to find the shards of the Mirror of Distortion. Now, this is a feature that's in all the From Software games. You eventually get to the point where you can, change your appearance at some point in the game. You got Fia in the Round Table Hold in Elden Ring, and you got Rosaria in Dark Souls 3. So this is a feature that they should have had from the beginning, almost like skip the introduction features whenever you're fighting a boss. Now that was annoying right off the jump, not being able to skip cutscenes, but that was like the first fix on the first patch. They've got new Grievous attacks to get back to the subject at hand. Every family of weapon now has 2 unique finishers, one for single-handed wielding and one for two-handed wielding. Now that's something new. That's a new introduction to this Souls-like framework, having a one-handed attack that's different from the two-handed attack when you're landing a critical strike. So I'm curious to see what they look like. I hope it's some cool stuff, like how they did the decapitation animation with the sides in Elden Ring when they updated the critical strikes on that. Unique animations for critical strikes are always awesome. Storage box. Thank God. Is this going to make hot swaps possible? Storage box, another much sought feature. Players will be able to deposit up to 2,000 items in the Skyrest Bridge coffer to help free up inventory space. This is going to make hot swaps possible. This is going to make PvP a lot more fun and a lot more competitive. You're not going to be bound by your load limit, and you're not going to have to sift through the entirety of your inventory every time you want to do a swap. This way you can put things back in storage. You can have just the things that you want to use in your inventory. You're not going to have a specific load limit. You're not going to have to soft swap. You're going to be able to switch in the middle of an engagement. You can have fist weapons at the ready. You can have so many different things at the ready because you're not going to have just an enormous inventory with everything you've ever picked up. You're not going to have to sell everything and except for like the one weapon that you use. You're going to be able to like put a handful of things in your inventory, swap as the situation demands. This is going to make PvP more competitive. There's a lot more balancing that has to be done in PvP, and connectivity has to get better, and we have to have a large enough player base of people online. But this is a step in the right direction, having the ability to have a smaller inventory so you can just have what's necessary and do the thing. This is a great feature. This is probably the best feature of the whole thing. Content aside, this is what I like to see. This next one doesn't concern me. I'm a keyboard and mouse player. I'm a PC player, but this is going to allow players to rebind on the gamepad. So players on console are actually going to be able to rebind the gamepad buttons. I don't know how annoying that is because I don't use a controller, but I like to see this. This is a customization feature that is necessary in all of these games because we all play them differently. You don't want to have your hands doing all sorts of weird things. You want to be able to do things that are natural and fluid so you can enjoy the game. And last but not least, the next new thing that is coming up on the 21st are the snowballs. It's going to be a throwable that players can throw at enemies or invaders alike. It's the snowball fights. Okay. I mean, it's a little quiche, but whatever. They did a lot of other things right. I'll let them have it. And it's seasonal. It gets you in the spirit. But that's all I got for today. I'm actually going to give this new content a try, and next time I'm actually going to be speaking from experience. I'm going to get off of Dark Souls 3 for a little bit at least, so I can give this game a shot and play the new content that's coming out. But this is what we have now, and this is what we have in store, so give it a shot. I'll see you later. Give me a like and a subscribe, and peace.